What's going on, champs and chambits? It's FireMonkey here, and I wanted to make today's video right after we hopped out of the battle bus because I want to talk about a very cool method for you guys to actually go about getting tons upon tons of bars during your time playing Fortnite. Now, I do want to mention this is going to be a lot easier made by me playing actual bot lobbies, but this is still going to be something you'll be able to easily do during your normal matches. And I know what you might be saying, FireMonkey, drawing attention to this might cause it to get patched. I don't think it's going to be patched, simply because it isn't you really like exploiting a glitch or a bug. This is an actual mechanic intended by Epic Games, and if they wanted us to actually have a cap on how many times they would use the vending machine and how many times we'd actually get items out of it, they would go ahead and make it so that that would be a hot fixable value, that would be in the game files and everything. But at least as of right now, it appears that how we're doing everything in today's video is entirely intended. Maybe they didn't expect us to actually use all the items on one specific thing, but everything I mentioned here is legitimate. And no, you're not going to get banned for doing this or anything like that. As you can tell on the bottom right, I have 4,787 bars. However, I am actually going to be spending basically all those bars at the start of today's video to showcase to you guys how everything works. So in a minute and 38 seconds, we will be able to go ahead and pick an augment and spend all of those bars. However, we are going to, play a little bit normally and tell you guys a little bit about what this even is, right? So recently I made a video over on my Twitter account talking about how you can use shield breaker EMP grenades on vending machines and get anywhere between 50 to 100 to 150 bars just by EMPing the vending machine, and you're able to do it every 1 to 1.5 seconds, so you're able to kind of just get as many bars as you want out of those, right? They have no cap. You can continue basically spamming the vending machines and everything else until the day that you basically die, right? And it was a nice little way for you to actually get bars and everything, but it has been a very effective way for people to go about, upping their inventory or whatever else, or restocking whenever they're in a situation where they might want to play like arena mode or something, but they want to make sure they have all the augments and stuff in the world so that they're able to re-roll and get the specific selection that they want. Now, the reason I land over a Relentless Retreat the most often whenever I'm trying to go specifically for bars is because of the fact that I know where a vending machine spawn is here, and the shield breaker EMP grenades, assuming you don't actually get the high voltage augment that makes it so you get these basically for every single elimination, can be found super duper easily from the heist bags in this location. So if you're in a spot where you're like, well, I don't know where a vending machine is, I don't know where the shield breaker EMP spawn, definitely Relentless Retreat is one of those locations that you want to go to, just because it will be the best spot for you to actually get the best bang for your buck in order to get all of the bars, augments, and everything else you might want in the world, just for using, the shield breaker, right? Just for going about your day. So we're going to go ahead and go down here, heist the normal area. Actually, you know what? No, we're not. We're going to sit here, find the augment we want, reroll a little bit until we get the high voltage augment, and then I'll be able to show you guys how everything works in game. We won't even be taking the business turret. We just want it for the shield breakers and nothing else. So keep on rolling here. As you can see, we're spending tons of bars trying to find this one specific augment, but it's entirely fine because we will get all of those bars back like it didn't even matter, right? Like it wasn't even a problem in the first place. So keep on rolling. We're down to 3,000 now. 3,100, exactly 3,000, 2,900, 2,800. There we go. High voltage right at 2,800. So keep in mind how little money we actually have currently, right? But also keep in mind when we eliminate a normal player, we're going to be getting more of these shield breaker EMP grenades. Now, we do have a situation right now where it's like, yeah, we're going to be getting more of them. But of course, down here, these aren't players that actually drop them because they're AI bosses, right? They're just AI enemies and not something considered an actual player that would spectate you when they got eliminated. So keep that in mind. This isn't going to be anything too beneficial down here, but it does kind of give us a good idea of what's going to be happening as we continue. Wait, maybe it does count. Okay, that kind of caught me off guard. I didn't expect that to kind of just drop down one when I eliminated the normal NPC, but you know what? I'm completely fine with it. We're going to go into the vault, we're going to pick up a mythic, and then we're going to go out of here and show you guys how many bars you can actually obtain just by doing this trick, right? So keep in mind, we currently have 13 of the shield breaker EMPs on us. We actually could take a shockwave grenade as well, just for fun, right? We don't even need it, but it would be a fun little way to escape out of here. Just shockwave our way all the way around, and we actually get more shield breakers, so now we're up to 16. Do we have any more chests in this area that could potentially give me more? What about you? Any shield breakers? Nope. All right, we're going to go ahead, take ourselves the combat SMG. Actually, you know what? Do I want this? I never used TNT in this Kaboom Bow. We're going to go ahead and take it, and then we're going to make our way out of the vault, and I do believe with the Kaboom Bow, since it explodes, we will be able to go about, you know, exploding the little spots that normally you can't go through without, like, a rocket ram or a C4 or anything like that, and it should allow us to get out of this vault a lot quicker than normal. But the whole entire point isn't escaping from the vault. That isn't the tutorial of this video, right? That's not the focus of anything going on here. The real focus is, of course, on how you can just become a bars billionaire just by running around and get everything you want. I was going to re-roll a little bit there, but we basically instantly got ourselves, you know, an augment that I really enjoy. So if we eliminate you, yeah, okay, these AI do give the Shieldbreaker EMPs. I did not know that. That's actually very interesting to know. So now we have 18 of these, right? And if we get the worst luck ever, which is 50, we basically will be getting, you know, a decent amount of bars back. 50 times 18, I don't know the math off the top of my head, but 50 times 10 would be 500, so the bare minimum we would get 500 bars. However, at the bare maximum, you know, 150, we'd basically be getting a lot more than that. So we go ahead and throw it here, wait around like a second or anything. You don't have to wait for this to turn back to blue, but you got to be careful on how fast you're throwing it, because if you throw it too fast, there's a chance that it doesn't drop any bars at all, because there is a slight cooldown of like a second to second and a half. But as you can see, we're throwing all of these, getting rid of Shieldbreaker EMPs that we got very, very quickly by just going into that area, eliminating the AI, and then, you know, looting the vault, getting out of there, and all that glorious stuff. And we spent, you know, a decent amount of bars because we were very close to the maximum. We accidentally did waste one of our Shieldbreaker EMPs here by throwing too fast, but it is completely fine. Continue throwing these until we've spent the maximum on them. You know, I'll go ahead and throw one at the front for like a little bit of a screenshot, but look at all of these bars right here. All of these bars, we got like 150, 150, 100 around there, and if we run into them, 1.8 thousand bars from the shield breakers, right? And we actually have more right here, so we're actually going to be hitting the maximum, maybe even more if we get more shield breakers from this chest. Nope. All right, well, we're going to go run back out here. We're going to go ahead and throw the shield breakers on the vending machine once again, you know, completely rob the vending machine, right? We're basically robbing Lana, and as you can see right there, 250 bars on top of that, and we're now at 4,954, almost at the complete maximum of bars you can get in the entire game, right? And that was from spending a lot of money, right? We spent a lot of money, spent like 2.8k or whatever. We got all the way down to 2.8k, I should say, in order to get the specific augment that we want. Then we went ahead and, you know, spent some Shieldbreaker EMPs that spawn at that location, and from eliminating the AI in order to max out our bars and everything else to the complete maximum that we could have, in order to kind of, you know, go about our day with the specific augment rolls we want and not having to worry about any specific items or any specific things in our way, right? This is definitely useful if you're someone like me who likes to go to Love Ranger, because he sells the high set accelerant shotgun, which in my opinion is the best shotgun in the game, for 800 bars, right? It's a very expensive like shotgun that you can actually purchase, but man, is it super, super useful, right? That shotgun is just one of my favorite ones in the game, because you know, faster shooting speed, faster everything else. So it's always a nice little thing to see in the game. And just knowing that we have an augment that we can synergize with getting eliminations on AI or normal players or bots and bot lobbies, and we can use those Shieldbreaker EMPs on vending machines just in order to replenish all of our bars instantly, it makes for the game to have a much easier experience for a lot of players, because they don't have to worry about, you know, oh, this person, if I go in ranked mode, for example, right, this person has their normal bars, maybe they're at maximum while I only have like 200, 300 bars, I'm gonna be at a disadvantage because I don't have amount of bars that everyone else has. Whereas you can kind of go into a match, you know, farm up some bars in specific locations or whatever. It doesn't even have to be a relentless retreat like I said. It can be basically anywhere where you know you're going to be able to get Shieldbreaker EMPs, or if you just re-roll the augment enough times, wherever you're going to be able to get the augment you need, and you can go ahead and go about it that way. Now, it is very interesting just to see how all this works, because, for example, right, we're going to even go over here. We're going to go ahead, spend some bars, upgrade all of our weapons to legendary, right? We can't upgrade the assault rifle or bow or anything like that, but we're going to spend some bars on those nice upgrades right there, and then we're going to go ahead and go to another vending machine where we can throw some more money around, you know, get some more bars. Of course, I don't have all of the Shieldbreaker EMPs on me right now, so it's not going to be as effective, but it's like, hey, I can just do that without caring about it, because by the end of this match, I'm going to get the maximum amount of bars. I mean, if we look right here, I'm already back up to by 150. We can go ahead and get this augment, which gives me 100. Well, I guess not augment, but we can get the bounty board, which will give me another another 100 bars, but also on top of that, we'll get 2 more shield breakers, meaning that even bounties themselves and any extra AI that you manage to kill during your journeys around will be more than just 100, right? So you can literally track enemies, you know, hunt them down with the vending machines and boards and everything else. My aim is terrible. Oh my god, I'm sorry you guys had to see that. But you can hunt them down, eliminate them, get extra shield breaker EMPs on top of that, and, you know, just end up spending it in order to make what was originally a $100 bounty, or I guess 100 gold bounty, into something that is much, much more valuable. We'll go over here, you know, throw all the bars over here once again, and keep in mind, we have been spending like crazy, right? And we even missed one of those, but we're already back up to 3.3k, like it was absolutely nothing, right? So I definitely see this as a strategy that you guys can implement, and even over here, right? This isn't an actual player, these are AI up here. These are the actual, you know, like, storm tower guards, you know, the actual radar tower grids, whatever you want to call them. But we can go over here, we can eliminate them, and they will still give us shield breakers. Yeah, I was about to say for a moment, I thought it wasn't going to give us any, but yeah, it will still give us shield breakers because of the augment, and we know where a vending machine spawns real close nearby, so that we can actually go over there and continue gaining all of our bars back and everything else. And on top of that, you know, him right there actually drops like 175 bars for you, so you have all of these bars and everything else. You're able to just rapid fire obtain after obtaining after obtaining, and you can continue going to maximum while spending all the bars that your heart desires. Now, if you still need to do the Caper and Elias quest as well, this is the perfect way to go about doing it, because you're just going to be able to continue farming bars like it was absolutely nothing in the world. And you know, the way I'm kind of like talking in this video, I feel like it's an infomercial, like, guys, this is revolutionary, it's gonna change your life, make sure to buy now. But it really kind of is, in a way, kind of supposed to be like that, because if you really think about it, this is a situation where you're able to kind of go at your own pace in order to, you know, farm certain things, combine them with other methods and everything else, in order to get all the bars that you may want in the world. I mean, we have 6 more shield breaker EMP grenades right here, and we're gonna kind of, you know, slow down on using them, use them one at a time, and we'll be able to get enough bars where we'll be back in the 4,000 bars area without having to worry about any specifics. And I actually did waste one of those shield breaker EMPs right there, but just like that, 3,942 bars, and we can continue going about the game, right? And keep in mind, we've bought upgrades. We've upgraded multiple weapons to legendary using basically the scam pricing that the game actually gives us. We've gone ahead and we've you know, like re-rolled our augments a million times, and we've done so many things that require spending bars that we've practically spent over 5,000 bars in this single match. And I wish you could just see how many bars you've spent. And I'm actually going to pause the video for the very end of this match as well, once I go through everything, because I would be interested to see if the actual stat tracker at the very end tells you how many bars you've spent, because I feel like we've spent way over 5,000 bars at this point, but we're still basically going to be up there in the 5,000 bars area. So I'll see you champs and champettes in a short moment. Alright, here we are. We just finished this game. Keep in mind this is bot lobby, so of course I'm going to have a lot more eliminations than normal, but if we go ahead and view our scores at the very end, I'm pretty sure it'll actually give us some stats on how many bars we've spent. No, actually it doesn't, but we can see here though, you know, we've spent over 1,000 bars, all that type of stuff, and as you can tell, once we go back to the lobby, if we can even show that there, yeah, we can, I will actually be at 5,000 bars already. So keep in mind, we spent tons upon tons upon tons upon tons of bars, and despite that, in the lobby, if we look over, oh, what do you think about the thermal DMR? Don't care. We look over here, 5,000 bars. I am still at the absolute maximum, and all I did was play one game where I spent so many bars that it's unbelievable, right? I basically should be at 0 or like 100 or 1,000 or whatever else, but because of these little strategies here and there, it makes it a lot easier to actually get whatever amount of bars that I need in the game and continue grinding out the game so I can get all those nice rewards. So I hope this actually is beneficial to some of you guys, especially if you're someone who plays ranked. I hope this is something that you can actually do in normal matches or bot lobbies in order to stock up your bars before you go into a ranked match, and I hope that you enjoy this. Now, could Epic Games patch this in the future? Sure, technically they could. I doubt they will, because it basically is like an implemented feature by them themselves, but they could, of course, add a cap depending if they see this as too overpowered. So I would say use it while you can, but they won't be patching it until the next game update, so just keep that in mind. So until next time, I'll catch you champs and champions later. Peace out.